Alright, today we are back with the 5070 Ti this time in the exact same location as we have already tested the 5070, and that link will be somewhere up above right now. Click that and check that out if you'd like to. But right now we are exploring kind of the difference between the 5070 and the jump up to the 5070 Ti. So again, this is the 5070 Ti Gigabyte Gaming OC model. And let's go ahead and get this test started. So as you can see right now, I'm going to jump over into the settings and we are going to look at what we've got going on. So we are at 1440. Everything is completely bottomed out to low. The VSync of course is off, ray tracing is off, and the frame generation and upscaling is off. So we are the absolute easiest settings right now for 1440p. So let's just come over here, and we are looking really good at 163 FPS, 145. So nothing wrong with this experience at all. It honestly looks great. And even though we're on low settings, you can still play this and have a perfectly enjoyable time. Our allocated RAM, or VRAM rather, is 8.8 gigabytes with a utilization of 8.5. And the VRAM that is indicated by the S right here, just for those folks who don't really know yet, let me go ahead and show you. The S right here, that is our VRAM spill. So if the VRAM runs out, it will kick it over to the system RAM, which is indicated by SRAM below that. And that's really all you need to know is that that shared VRAM, that spilled over VRAM, you don't want to see that go up. So we had it go up a little bit on our test with the 5070, so we're just going to check that out and see what we're looking like with an additional 4 gigabytes of VRAM. So we went from 12 on the 5070 and now we are at 16 gigabytes of VRAM. So let's just go ahead and I will get into the test more, so now we see kind of what it looks like whenever you have everything bottomed out. So I'm going to kick over here to the visuals, and I'm just going to use the the quick settings here. So we're going to go to a medium setting, and I'm not going to change anything else. We're just going to see what that does. Again, this is native 1440p, and I will get into 4K after this, and I'll have chapter markers set up. So if you'd like to go ahead and skip ahead, you can. Alright, we're at 128. Our VRAM did go up a little bit, 9.9 gigabytes, utilizing 9.5. We're going to slip through this little crack right here and let all this load in. This is actually a hidden loading screen. Pretty cool way to hide that. Alright, so we're going to run through here, check all this out. We kind of did this already with the 5070 in that video, but we're just going to see what we can do with that jump up to the Ti model. Again, you get a little bit more processing power, you get more CUDA cores, and you get more VRAM, and that's kind of the story of the 5070 Ti. Is the benefit is that headroom of the VRAM. Alright, so we're at 144, 141. Allocation on the VRAM is 10.3. So if you've got an 8 gig card, you're not looking good right here. 8 gig cards are dead. Alright, do not buy one. Alright, that's just my little PSA for the evening. Let's go here. Let's go to a high preset. And let's see what that does. I'm expecting good things. 121, 124. VRAM allocation, 10.1. Alright, looking great. Starting to look like a prettier game for sure. Some details are definitely coming back. Alright, let's go over here and just check out Epic real quick, just to kind of put that to bed. This is the most demanding preset here. Everything's set to Epic. VRAM allocation went up to 10.3 and 9.9 on the utilization, with no spillover right now. That number will fluctuate a little bit. You just don't want to see it get over like a gig. That's kind of where things are starting to run out of VRAM. And right now we're looking really good. System RAM 23, so you'd be great with 32 32 gigs on this title. No problem there at all. All right. 115, 119. All right, now let's start kicking on the good stuff. Let's start kicking on some ray tracing. I'll learn where the tab is eventually. All right, so ray tracing, let's turn that on. Takes a little minute. All right, so that dropped us down to high 90s, so basically 100 FPS. And yeah, you've got the blue on Cal now. I always love this area for the ray tracing. You kind of get that that little shimmer, that little reflected blue light off of the character from that ray tracing. Looks kind of nice. And you can just really appreciate what ray tracing does when you start to know what it does and where to look for it. Just looks super environmental. Like, check this out. All that glow on him looks really good. All right, 94, 95. All right, so let's go into here. Let's just kind of get through the kind of what you're expecting here. Epic settings, ray tracing is on, and what happens when we turn it on to quality? This is going to look nice. Looks virtually no different. DLSS is amazing as always. One of the benefits to purchasing an NVIDIA card, that's the tax you pay, is getting upscaling that looks fundamentally just best out of all the major cards. In my opinion. All right, so we are looking 150. So I can go ahead and kind of tell you, like, it's going to run fine on this card at 1440. There's no issues at all. VRAM is under control. There's virtually no limitations. The card is pumping out as much as it can. It's running at 99%, which is what you want to see. Pulling 20, a little over 230 watts. Of power there, so nothing's holding it back. All right, so what if we go up to 4K on this title and just see what that does? I have to use my mouse here for some reason because it does not like whenever I use my controller to switch it over. It just gets really annoyed with me for some reason. All right, so let's reset it all back to low. No ray tracing, no upscaling. And of course, no frame gen. We didn't even test that out because, I mean, there's no point. It was perfectly fine. We're probably going to have to use it at 4K though. All right, so lowest settings at 4K. It does look good. I mean, I'm on a 4K panel, so the clarity is definitely there now over 1440. You probably won't have to worry about that if you're on a true native 1440p panel though. So I'm at 4K. Low settings, no ray tracing, no upscaling, no bells and whistles. And we are around 83, 85. Perfectly playable. VRAM allocation, check that out. Everybody look at that. Over 12. So we ran out of VRAM on the 5070. And that holds true to the allocation on the 5070 Ti. So it wanted more than 12. So if you're thinking about 4K on the 5070, I would bank some bucks and go up to the Ti model for sure, because we're already over that 12. So we got 16 on this card, so we're okay. But yeah, 12 gigabytes is just proving to be not quite enough on 4K, which is unfortunate because I felt like that card wanted to do more. But NVIDIA, of course, wants you to spend more money for 20 bucks more versus of VRAM versus the 5070. That's just them. All right, so 5070 Ti. Let's go into here again. I will figure this out eventually. All right, let's just go up to high just to save everyone a little bit of time. I think we all kind of know what medium would probably look like. So we are at 60. So 4K 60, no upscaling, no ray tracing. You're looking at a very playable experience. VRAM allocation is 12.4, utilization is 12, and our normal shared VRAM is under that gig, so we're okay. That is kind of a ambiguous figure, just to let everyone know. It's kind of like it'll jump around a little bit, but as long as it's not overwhelmingly jumping a lot, then it's not really dumping RAM into you know, that VRAM is not spilling over into the regular RAM. All right, so let's come over here. Nothing really to write home about. It's doing fine. All right, so let's kick it over to, let's go here. Let's turn on the Epic preset. So that gets everything set up to Epic. And of course, we're still at native 4K, and we're not doing any ray tracing. And there you go, you're still at the 60. So 4K 60 in this area at least. Jedi Survivor. Like a 2-year-old game, so not super old, not super new, but you know, a lot of people don't necessarily play the newest thing all the time, but this is doing fine. 59, 58, you know, it's starting to need a little bit of help, but you know, that's fine. We've got the VRAM to kick on DLSS and FrameGen. And DLSS will actually help that VRAM go down a little bit. Okay, so let's do that. Let's come over here, visuals. Okay, ray tracing, we're gonna cut that on. This is no upscaling at all. Ray tracing is on, I believe. Let me double check. It didn't really hit the performance too bad. I just want to make sure that we have it on. Yes, we do. Okay. Can we see the blue on Cal? Yep, we can see the blue on Cal. So we definitely have the ray tracing enabled. I like to stand by this thing over here to see if I get some lighting. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, we got some ray tracing. There we go. Blue Cal. Ray tracing is enabled. Still at 60, which is quite nice. I mean, that's really good. I mean, look at our VRAM though. I mean, that thing shot up. It took another gig and a half away from us. So, you know, you can just play like this and not upscale, which is fine too. But I would recommend going to quality at minimum, because it's going to help your VRAM. And in situations later on in the game, you might need that VRAM and you don't want it to catch and stutter and all that stuff. And quality DLSS looks, I mean, identical to me. I can't really tell the difference. And that gave you 30, 40 more FPS, 40 more frames per second. I mean, that's definitely worth it. And check out our VRAM, back down to 12, basically 12 gigs with allocation under 12. So you're looking really good here. On quality DLSS, 4K, everything maxed out on Epic settings, and we've got our ray tracing enabled. The game's beautiful. I mean, this is a really nice way to play it, but I just want to see what the frame generation can do for us, because on the 5070 video we learned that the frame generation did do something, but it was VRAM limited, so it could only muster up a little bit of frames. But now that we have a lot more VRAM to work within, check that out. Watch the VRAM allocation. So turn it off, 12.6, turn it on, 13.7. So you can see that in real time happening. All right, and that gave us up to 125, 124 FPS, 4K, nearly maxing out my 4K panel here. Absolutely beautiful experience. I mean, your VRAM is, you still got headroom there. So there was a comment, I believe, on the 5070 video that wanted me to run through this area with the TI. So I'll put it up there again, that video. It'll pop up now. But really, for a game that's 2 years old, to be running out of VRAM is not a good look. So I would go up to the TI model just to get the VRAM, really. I mean, like I said, it's a big price jump, but you know, if it's gonna last a few more years, it's kind of worth it. And in a few years, no one's gonna want to buy a 12 gigabyte card on the pre-owned market, so it would retain its resale value as well with that 16 gigabytes. Whenever you do, if you would look into upgrading every 2 or 3 years, like a lot of people do, I like to think about what it would be worth when I go to sell it in a few years on the used market, which you can't really complain. The used market is doing pretty well right now if you're a seller. So, all right, well there you go. There is the 5070 Ti run through of 1440p and 4K. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. The watch hours really helped me out a lot. Please go check out all of my other videos on all of my other 50 series cards that I have so far. And yeah, subscribe and like this video. If you've got any kind of questions, just pop them down in the comments. I try to get back to anyone who's asking a direct question as fast as I can. And yeah, that'll do it for this video. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and we'll see you in the very next one. Thanks.